Hey guys, my name is Mysca and welcome to Overwatch Central. In this video we're gonna be doing a little bit of exploration into the world of 4chan and leaks and speculation around hero releases and other stuff that might be coming to Overwatch. We're gonna be doing some speculation as well in this video around this potential leak. We're gonna be looking into some things as to why it might be real, some things that connect well and are kinda interesting, and some other stuff like that. But if you don't like speculation, then do click off this video now, just as a disclaimer. You'll probably just feel like we're wasting your time. So yeah, just as a disclaimer there. Okay, let's get into it. So, to begin with, we have a post on 4chan. I know, another 4chan leak. This is of course from the video games board. And we have an anonymous user posting Overwatch Hero 27. A thread that outlines some details about Hero 27, according to the poster, and also some minor other stuff. Rather than read through this whole thing, which essentially is just a description of the abilities, which, you know, we can't really tell if that's real or not. There's nothing to really go on there at all. I want to highlight the different bits in this post and go into some interesting things about them. Now, I do also want to mention that this is an anonymous user on 4chan. This is not the person going by the previous trip code QA Austin Autist, who claimed to be a QA worker at Blizzard and just posted a bunch of leaks. I think he did maybe 2 or 3 total leak posts, or at least one thread and then some replies in it, but I think all of it ended up just being fake. There was some Doomfist stuff in there back in May. Doomfist didn't come out in May. There was also some stuff about Briette and a hero named Ivan in there, which also ended up being fake. But this is not under that trip code, so either QA Austin Autist has just decided to go anonymous this time, and this is just fake. But hey, at least it's not that same trip code again. Right, moving on from that, the first bit here is that Hero 27 is not Ray or Liao. We have Liao planned as our BlizzCon 2018 release. A bit on him first. We're working on a cinematic that details Liao's whereabouts. We are just out of storyboarding, and I'm not going to spoil what happens, but letting you know it's our best short to date. Now, the thing I want to mention about this, and why it's interesting that he mentions storyboarding here, is that earlier last year, 2017, there was a storyboarding slash rough script type of leak around a May short. Now, there was indeed a May short that came out at Gamescom 2017, so about 7 or 6 months, I believe, after that leak, that short actually hit. This means that that part of the timeline lines up, and again, this could just be good research, but a detail that's interesting. This person does say, and I'm not going to spoil what happens, but letting you know it's our best short to date. Okay, done with that part. Now, this next interesting part. Hero 27 is actually the tank you see in the background of Moira's origin. This is interesting because this is something that a lot of us have talked about already. Again, making it very easy for someone that is looking to create a fake leak to latch onto something and for the community to go, oh yeah, I remember that. But the interesting part about this, and thanks to Reddit user Norovsky for this one, pointed out that this hero in the background of the Moira short, that we were kind of speculating about earlier being Hero 27 potentially, looks pretty similar to this picture from Hanamura. Now, a lot of the pictures in Hanamura aren't necessarily of current heroes, but they are of art pieces that kind of look like they could be heroes, or could have been, and even versions of Diva kinda. So there is definitely stuff there to kind of support a claim behind the similarities behind this picture and the character that we saw in the Moira short. Of course, the Moira short character is extremely low res, this picture we've got of it, so it's very hard to tell, but hey, just an interesting thing that I wanted to mention there. It is after this where the poster goes on to say, and he is an Omnic, not human, he's not named RS, yada yada, a bunch of stuff that we can't really fact check in any sort of way, or even really speculate about. I'll leave it on the screen now if you want to actually read this bit, or you can just check the link in the description after this video. It basically just goes over potential abilities. I don't think it's that interesting to look at since it's literally just something that any person could have come up with, and there's not much to really latch onto there. Alright, moving on, we have this next bit here, which outlines 3 more things that are kind of leaked. Just more talking points for us. The main one here is the Junkertown Queen will be released in July. Now, during a lot of other speculation, and the 4chan threads that are actually kind of few that have ended up being fake leaks, a lot of the hero date releases were wrong. Wrong in the way that they claimed that there would be a new release plan, 4 heroes a year, 1 every quarter, that sort of thing. But this one just says, Junkertown Queen will be released in July. Now, this lines up with the previous releases of Doomfist and Ana, who have both been released in July and have been the hero to come out around that time of year. Again, could just be that this person looked that up and went, yep, that seems like people could believe that. And also, interesting enough, we have the next map is Utopia. It's a 2CP map. Now, the fact that it would be 2CP, it kind of disappoints me if it actually is real. And it might be that the poster actually put that in there to bring attention to that, but also for people to go, oh, this person says it's 2CP. Well, it seems like it could be believable that Blizzard just decided to make another 2CP map since a lot of people don't want that. You know, we had Horizon after all. But besides that, the thing I want to mention here is that Utopia is actually one of the maps that we've seen in this artwork that was shown shown at BlizzCon. BlizzCon had just a bunch of artwork of potential heroes and potential maps and so on. The developers just looked at it and looked back and said, oh yeah, all of these became sort of heroes from this bit, and a lot of these might be potential future heroes, who knows. But the main thing was that this was some of the initial artwork around Overwatch, and we know that part of this artwork that was made around this time at least has resulted in in-game content, could also be for future maps, and one of the pieces of artwork in there is actually of a potential Utopia style map. Do you remember this Temple of Anubis artwork? Yeah, it was in the same picture. This Temple of Anubis artwork has been used in some official stuff, and we've kind of been expecting a Utopia map for a while. Again, could just be well researched, but just interesting to note. And lastly, this 4chan leaker says Uprising event will take place in Omni Crisis this year. It's interesting that this person mentions this, but again, it might just be that they sort of thought about this. I kind of feel like a broken record at this point, but yeah, basically Jeff said in today's developer update that the Uprising event this year would be lore-based, and they wanted to give people a chance to play the previous event, but they also wanted something new. And it's kind of interesting that he goes into that type of detail in that event, since that is actually not the next event Year of the Dog is, and how he mentions that they want to bring something completely new to it, meaning that they probably wouldn't just pull a Lucio Ball type of rework on it and make it competitive Lucio Ball and have a top 500 and all that stuff. It seems likely that he'd mention that because they will actually bring a new type of game mode, which would line up with this Omnic Crisis from this year. Again, just another thing that lines up. And Jeff has actually mentioned the sort of hype around this event from a previous video. I believe that was when speaking at a forum or something like that a while ago. So yeah, that Omnic Crisis event seems important to them. It's in this leak. Utopia seems kind of likely due to previous concept art. Jokertown Queen in July matches with the Doomfist and Honor releases. So there's some more stuff there for you guys to dig into. I think this sort of discussion is kind of interesting, but again, I see a lot of this as someone who makes Overwatch content, so I can definitely still discuss this, yet not completely believe it. But I want to hear what you guys think. Do you guys think this is real or not? Is it just completely fake? The structure of the post seems a little bit It's hard to argue for either fake or real depending on the structure, but regardless, I thought this could be an interesting discussion, and I thought there was at least some little bits and pieces that I wanted to highlight from this, but only time can tell if this is real or not. Alright, that is it for this video. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. We don't really get to do a lot of wild speculation like this. It tends to always be around something that Blizzard have released or that other people are talking about, or some theory that is actually quite elaborate. But this time around, it's mostly just wild speculation, so let me know what you guys think about that. Do like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more Overwatch content as per usual. We will definitely be reporting on Overwatch League stuff and of course Year of the Dog stuff throughout January, so hope you guys are looking forward to that. But thanks again for watching, take care, and until next time, see ya.